Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome, and if you're turning subscriber, hello baby. So today I'm alone, as you can see, and before I go anywhere further, I'm gonna say thank you for the love that you showed in our previous video. That was my twin sister, where she was in like her own space, sharing her own stuff. Like she was reacting to Seabe's 5 steps on how to create a YouTube channel and stuff. Cup of coffee, because we're gonna talk. Thank you so much for stopping by. And my name is Seabe mpulubusitwins. I'll put my handle somewhere there so that you can follow me on all my socials. So yeah, this is my little corner, my little studio. That day is where I'm gonna be filming with her not being here because we have crazy schedules. I'm on my attachment and she's on school, like she previously said on her video. So yeah, welcome to Seabe Online. Join me. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So what I'm gonna be talking about today is I think a few months back, before the lockdown, I had asked people to, on my Instagram, I had asked people to ask me questions because I wanted to do a get to know me tag where like I'm alone and I could answer people back and you guys can get to like know me and stuff. So, and then there was one question. One of my friends, I'll put her links down below so you can follow her. She asked me what was like my best failure, and I was like, you know what, probably I could do this as a separate video because I feel as much as whatever that we're going through in the world right now, this could be something that could help you, especially our mental health, and especially that it was like so mixed up in terms of like school and work, like everything to do with what you make money with, you understand. And lately we've been having a lot of young people having mental problems and stuff, so I think I took this as a separate topic so that I may be able to address stuff that I once went through mentally. And yeah, and I hope you guys will learn something from this video and take something from it. I've never shared this story with anyone. I've only shared it with people who are close to my heart. So yeah, I think let's start this video. So the title, I think the title is gonna be the best failure, my best failure in life, like what it taught me, what was going on, and stuff. So please do enjoy this video because girl is about to spill. So the first question here that she asked me concerning my best failure, she was like, what on the surface of it was the best failure of your life? And when I look back, I think there's only one thing that I've went through, a couple of things, but I feel with this one, it has like taught me a lot in life. And this was like where my mental health was the pits. So what on the surface of it was the best failure of your life? Nostalgia. Let us go back. When I was doing my Form 3, okay, let us just take it to my JC, my Form 3 results, because I think that's where like everything started. I remember the results were published, right? And think I was the first one to check my results. I checked my results, and I don't know if I should like share with you guys what I got, but I'm just gonna be as open as possible so like you can learn from my story and stuff. So what happened was, back then they like points, right? And by that time I had gotten 41 points, and my 41 points was C. So I was like, at that moment, for a moment, I stopped. And I remember my mom was sitting on this chair right here, and I came and crawling on the floor. I cried so bad. Yeah. I cried so bad. And sometimes having a twin, she did like better than me. Like having a twin sometimes, and probably they do better or something. Not that like y'all are trying to compete or something. Like there's that deep inner pain. You understand? So I cried so bad, so bad. And I'm one person that wasn't really open with how I'm feeling or like what's going on, you know. And I remember I cried, and then I went to bed. So my parents, I appreciate my parents so much, and I thank them so much for this, because every little achievement that like we bring along, they want to celebrate it. And my then the following day my family kept on calling congratulations and stuff, because honestly growing up I was like an average performing student. I i work hard for like what for my results, you understand. Ish, me, laziness is somewhere there. So that following day I remember we went for lunch dinner go Avani, because they wanted to celebrate, like I say, celebrate every achievement that we get. But for me on the outside, okay, fine. I was trying to be happy and live in the moment. But honestly speaking, inside I wasn't okay, because I felt I disappointed myself and stuff. Oh guys, I was reading, like there's nothing that I didn't do, you understand? And I I just disappointed myself. Like there was that pain. Hey Badum.
Hi guys, I was just stabbing a video. What are you talking about?
My stuff, what am I talking about?
Yeah.
I need to finish filming.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe.
Kana salad and stuff. But now I was just trying to keep it cool and stuff. Like I said, I'm one person that back then, I wasn't like communicative with. I wasn't like communicating. Ish, guys, sorry, loud. My sister is disturbing me. She's walking around. She wants my attention. So I wasn't one person who was communicative with my feelings and stuff, and how I feel and stuff. And I just let things slide, and I just want to deal with things on my own. Even though at some point you obviously have people around that love you and want the best for you and are there for you when you need like anything or any comforting, you understand. And for me, I just wanted to be in my space, because mentally I was the pit. Like it wasn't okay. It like wasn't okay at all. And fast forward, I have a list of questions here, okay, and I I don't need to like narrate the whole story or go question by question, because the second question is what happened, what was your role in the event, and I think I already explained that. And then one thing, one question that popped up here was, okay, let me read all of them. What characterized it as a failure? What opportunities arose from it? What lesson did you learn from it? What does the event tell you about the nature of success and failure? And then give advice. So let me just go with the story. And then fast forward, I went to senior school. Getting to senior school, I got in with that mentality wa gore I'm just done. I cannot be working so hard in my schoolwork and nothing comes out of it. So when I got to senior school, I was so antisocial. I didn't want to be associated with people because I felt oh, your sister did better than you, blah 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 blah. Like having a twin sister sometimes, guys, is, and you know how people are. People will always be people. People will always be people and say like whatever that they want to say. So I just didn't want to deal with that. So I was always in my little cocoon, like in my little corner and stuff, every single day going to school. And I remember I was good for you guys to see, this was just God, right? I was put in a double science class, and then after a few days I was taken to a triple science class. And to me, I was like, you know what, God is just trying to show me that sometimes I am not in control. He was just trying to show me that, okay, you didn't do well at your form 3, but that doesn't mean it's the end. You have so much potential to get where you want to be, you understand? And I went to the triple science class still with the same mentality. I procrastinated a lot. I was lazy a lot because I feel mentally I was affected. I was tired, I was exhausted, I was bewailed. Like there was a lot of disappointment in me that I feel probably I didn't deal with the pain, and I just postponed it because I felt it was too much. There was no use for me to deal with it. You understand? And it just continued like that through my form 4. I just didn't put much effort in my studies because I felt I study, I do everything that I need to do, but there's just no use for me to be, and then there's nothing out of it. Like, what's the use? What's the use? And by the end of form 4, I was privileged enough. Like, okay, if let me say this, I'm a girl of character. I get down to earth, the hell and G. One color. Now I'm down to earth. One color. So I became a prefect. And it's so nice because I was supported like by my classmates and stuff. So being a prefect was like one easy thing. And I think it's just in my line like my passions, like my ambitions. I've been a prefect ever since my primary level, going up there. I think the only place where I didn't have a title was junior school, but that doesn't matter. So I was privileged to become a prefect, and you know how when you become a prefect, it's like you're a leader. People are looking at you so that they may learn from you and stuff. So I just had to pull up my socks, you know. Not that it encouraged me, or not that it did, like it moved me to do it and stuff, but I just had to. I was privileged even to go for a prefect retreat, and that was like, wow, like a privilege, like an opportunity that a lot of people are looking for, because I was in one of the greatest environments ever with what I was going through. We went there for like a whole week where we were like trained like mentally, like where you had to release deep stuff from within. And we had moments where you had to write down how you're feeling, like draw it on like a frame or like something like that. Yeah. So being at that place, it like changed me. I was able to remove the anger, the pain, the hurt that I was like going through and stuff. And then fast forward, we went to my form five. When into my form five, I was like, okay, fine, girl. Now this is your final year. This is your final lap where you decide, like, girl, do you want to, continue? Do you want to, And I just had to pull up my socks. Even though throughout the terms I did not perform well, and it did not discourage me because I did not want to go back there where I was like mentally unstable and stuff. And then we go right our form five, I am charged, I'm reading, I'm studying, I wake up, I do everything that like a student J could do. I write my exams, and then it's cold. I write my exams, and then we wait, and then obviously results come out. So this time, Ritri Malapeng, my sister's best friend, and me and her. So I remember the results came, and then I used my phone. I was the first one to check, so I checked my results. Before even reading how many points I got, I bursted into tears. Even though one of those tears were way more than the Form 3 tears. I bursted into tears that were so bad that I immediately went to the study room. I called my mom, crying, and she was like, "Can I come home?" And I was like, "Come home." And I cried to a point where I screamed. My brother came there, like he couldn't handle me. He couldn't handle me. Like he couldn't hold me to calm me down. I immediately went to bed. I still cried. And even though I had made it to varsity, like my results could enter me into varsity, I felt like, why do I have to be going through such emotional and mental, what can I say, whatever it is? Why so much hurt and so much pain when it comes to like my academics? What am I doing wrong that like what am I doing wrong? Like other students are, whatever they're doing, I'm doing the exact same thing. Like what am I doing wrong? I felt as if like academics thought that are not for me. And my mom came home that day, and when she came home, she held me. Like there's a different feeling when your mom like holds you and stuff. So she was holding me, and then yeah, we like spoke about it. We spoke about it. But that was like a different hurt. Like that was the most painful thing I've ever went through in my life. And mentally going through it, I sometimes when you don't want to go through the process, you just you postpone one because you feel the process is too much. The process is painful, but more than anything, it is not the end result. It is the process that we need to like concentrate on, because that's where we learn and that's where we grow. The results, okay, fine, at some point there's light at the end of the tunnel, but we're not necessarily learning from that light. We're learning like from the process of getting to where we want to be. So um I was going through it. I i remember I just didn't want to talk about results, or like I questioned myself a lot. And then we had to apply, and I applied. I remember I applied. I didn't apply because I didn't want to go there. I wanted to go to a varsity where it concentrates on like what I wanted to do. So I applied in BAC and Baisaho, right? So I applied, and that was like a year when go ne go twe the sponsorship di a go limitiwa. Like if it has to be 36 people in this class, it's going to be 36, no matter what the point tsa gago di kgonne go kry-ela that sponsorship of that um particular particular course, you understand. And I applied, and we had to like wait now for like messages that is sponsorship. And I'm looking, and I'm like, I don't get the message I qualified for the sponsorships that go BAC, because I didn't want to go to Baisa. One thing we wanted to avoid was going to the same schools with my sister, because we've been in the same schools like throughout our whole life. So I wanted to learn how to become separate as twins and live our lives differently, even though we come back home to each other. So I message Houti. I decided to go back there, and I say, I'll wait for the messages and stuff. Days passed, and then like at that moment I gave up. The course that I really wanted to do was entrepreneurship and business leadership in BAC, and I did not make the class for my class. It's at 8 days. I think they were taking 35, 36 people. So for me to be able to make the class, I need to pay money. And at some point, I don't know, people are receiving sponsorships and stuff. At that moment, I was like, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm mentally tired. I'm exhausted. I don't want to be dealing with this in my life because it's painful. And I was ready for a gap year. I was ready for a gap year. I was so disappointed. I felt I disappointed my parents. But like I said, they want to celebrate every achievement in our lives. But I hardly spoke about it. I just wanted to dismiss it. I didn't want to go through it at all. And whenever I can relate to the BAC Babula early, and there's bridging and stuff. Whenever I see a status of someone going to BAC, or like, it hit really deep. Not that there was jealousy or like, but it hit really deep knowing that I would have been the one there, because I wanted that course so bad. It's something that I've always dreamt of in my life, being an entrepreneur. I remember when I was young, we're in a car with my mom, and we're like talking about what we want to do and stuff, and I was like, I want to be a business lady. I want to be an entrepreneur in my life. Like, that's what I really want to pursue and what I really want to do and stuff. So yeah, I was in bed the whole day. Woke up, I was in bed the whole day. And when you wake up and there's a tear running down your cheek, and I had applied Kubaisa, and one of the courses I applied Kubaisa was entrepreneurship. Was my bachelor's honors degree, commerce degree in entrepreneurship, whatever you say it. However you say it, I mean to say. And now, for y'all to see, this was God. You know, for y'all to see now, like, this was God. Sometimes you want to be in destinations that were not meant to be. And sometimes we neglect, and sometimes we just don't want to ask God, God, do I really belong in this place? Like, is that the school that you want me to be? Is that the school where you want my life lessons to come from? Like, is that the right person for me? Like, is that the right anything for me? We want to jump into something because we want it, not because we need it, you know? And I think probably I made decisions for myself that I want to be in BC, but I wasn't like meant to be there. And you know, a friend told me, Seabe, kana go na le spaces that are not filled in bicycle, like the class I did. Okay, but I didn't care much. I just went to bicycle to just check, because you know what, at some point my parents were like, okay, but let's compare prices and see how we could do this. And the school fees that they had to pay go BAC for me to pursue that course, I felt, hell no, I'm not gonna let my parents go through paying such amounts of money. I felt it was a burden on them. I felt the project like, my parents, we are into property paying, so I felt the project just so that they can pay school fees. And it's one thing that, like, it pained me so much that I just did not work hard enough, you know. Yeah. So I get to go by Saho. I'm like, spaces under here, and they're like, okay, fine. These spaces they are not filled. And guys, this was God. That lady was like, this space is still one under the course here, entrepreneurship. Hey guys, I can't idea at all. Like, I was like, okay, fine, put my name inside there. They're like, okay, but we're gonna need you to fill up the sponsorship. I took the sponsorship form, I went to my mother's office, mama, fill this in, and you know, she hugged me and stuff, and it was such a relief that, okay, fine, even though I did not do the course Yako BAC, kind of the difference is Yako BAC is entrepreneurship and business leadership, but Yako Baisaho it's just entrepreneurship. But like, I was like, okay, there's no difference with these ones. It's still in line with what I've always wanted to do in my life. And one question here was, what opportunities arose from it? The fact that still within this pain, within this turmoil that I went through, I was able to do something that I've always wanted to do in my life. The situation did not force me to pick any other course because my, like, I just wanted the sponsorship. I think God put me on hold. Put me on hold for me to, like, for that, what whoever told me do courses in setting go buy stuff. I think God was like just putting me on hold and did not allow me to take that course it could be easy, because he wanted me to, you know, show me that, girl, the only backup we have in your life is me. So I applied and stuff, and I went to Baisaro University, and for the first few months, 2 months, I wasn't happy with, like, I wasn't happy at all, genuinely happy I wasn't, because that's the school I just didn't want to go to. But at some point, I just had to accept the fact that you go by Saho. It's nothing that I can do. Let me embrace it and let me thank God for like the fact that I was able to create sponsorship. The other students by law they were not able to see sponsorships and do whatever courses that they would have loved to do, and they ended up taking sponsorships from other courses because sponsorships were available in that courses. But as for me, I was able to find a sponsorship in that particular course that I wanted to like be in, and I continued. And the amazing thing is, guys, you know how at senior school you're doing 9 subjects but you could not like handle them and stuff? Now, when it came to university to me, guys, I am performing so well, okay? The transcript is a label distinction, label heavy party. Like I am doing so well. And one thing I want to say to you guys is never define your next destination or never define your next place in your life by what you went through. Never determine your life by like what you went through in the past. What you went through in the past is whatever that you went through in the past, and it does not determine or it does not guarantee you that whatever that happened there, it is something that would happen in the future. And sometimes I feel we are in control of like as much as we are not in control of our lives, but sometimes we make the decisions. Obviously we make decisions in our lives, and it's up to us to choose the life that we want to live. It's up to us right now to choose where we want to be in our lives. And by doing that, it's like you have to change, sacrifice a lot of things in your life in order to be where you want to be, but never let anyone or even yourself like be regretful. Never judge yourself for where you've ever been in your life, and never let anyone bring you down, because you know how people always talk and try to bring back the past and where you were in the past to like test you whether like you're steady and firm where you are. And honestly, the best revenge is silence. Be silent. Be silent and let your success make noise for you. Yeah, never define yourself with your past failures. Like never do that to yourself. Never do that to yourself. Yeah, I continued with school. I'm doing so well. I'm doing a course that I want, even though there's still some laziness and some procrastination, but it's not the way it used to be back then. Like I love where I'm right now. When it's time to read, I read. When it's time to study, I study. And one thing I want to talk about is my we have been going through situations, like I said, our mental health and stuff, and sometimes you just don't want to deal with it. Sometimes it's painful to deal with it because, like, when it's just tiring for you to wake up and start reflecting back because you feel you feel exhausted, you feel all types of way. But I want to tell you, sometimes you don't have to be strong. You're not forced to be strong. Sometimes you just need to allow yourself to go through it. But at the same time, don't let your situations overpower you, because you have power over all of your situations. You understand? Don't praise your situations to a point where now everything you do or everything you say, it's all about your situations and stuff. Sometimes you just need to dust yourself up and pick yourself up, no matter how much you will fail. But failing doesn't mean you fall down and you 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 don't pick yourself up. Fail, okay? Fail, wake up, dust yourself up, fall back down again, dust yourself up. That's how life is gonna be. And the more you start embracing your challenges, the more you start loving your challenges, is the more they motivate you to become something, because you don't want to go back where you were back then. You understand? And like, as much as we don't want to go through pain in our lives, let me tell you something. As long as we're living under this earth, pain is guaranteed. Like, going through criticism, going through like everything in life, it's guaranteed. And um like, we just need to learn how to live that. And pain is just temporary. Pain is a season that we all go through so that we may learn from that season, you know. Sometimes pain comes so that, like, God is making us realize that, my child, I am the only person that is here for you. Sometimes pain comes for, like, for God to wake you up that, hey, this world, I run this world, and I run your life too. And it's just the wake up call that God is calling you, and the only way you can achieve in life is through God. And you cannot succeed in life without God, never. All these successful people, like, let me say this, no matter how successful you are, it's only a matter of time that you go back down, because the foundation that you started it with wasn't like a good foundation. You need to build you need to build your foundation on God. Let it be firm, let it be steady. As I'm saying, everything that you start in life, everything that you begin in life, you need to first pray about it. Ask God, God, is this the right thing? Like, is this the right thing that I should take a risk with? Should I sacrifice this for that? Like, everything in life, either you want to get married, either you have a boyfriend, either you want to have your own company, you want to even know your own friends, you want to go to a restaurant, you want to do like everything. Start everything with God. Start your life with God. I didn't say I'm perfect with all these, like, um getting your life spiritually there is difficult. It's a race, but it's a journey, but we'll get there. But yeah, back to what I was saying. And yeah, I think I basically said everything. Sometimes we have to face all these mental health problems. Sometimes we were on lockdown. Sometimes you just need to lock down your very own life. Have a moment where you have sober reflection. Look back and say, God, I'm in this situation right now, but you were able to remove me from that dark situation that I was in before. So even with this one, God, I know you will not fail me. Like, sit down with yourself, cancel with yourself, like, have moments where you tell your own testimonies to yourself, that you may uplift yourself and be able to regain that that confidence to keep going, even though you know you're going through something, because at some point you know that there's light at the end of this tunnel, you understand. But go through the process, sit down with yourself, cancel yourself, change stuff, like, yeah, your ways in your life, and you know, everything will be fine. But yeah, from this story, I just want to encourage you that never define yourself with your past failures. Never beat yourself up with the mistakes that you've done in your life, because you learn from them. Appreciate your challenges so much. Embrace your challenges so much, and don't concentrate on what people say. Be who you really want to be in your life, and do whatever that you're doing right now wholeheartedly. And with everyone confused in the academics, and it's so much pressure in the academics right now, I just want to say to you that you will make it. You will make yourself proud, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how heavy it is at some point, no matter how much you want to give up, let your dream be the engine. Let it drive you for you to work so hard, even though it's so hard where you are right now. And yeah, class of 2020, y'all are gonna be able to graduate, and I wish you all the best in your examinations. And I know you will do so much more. Even class of 2021, we're so gonna graduate. Oh my god, we are gonna graduate. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, for staying here and watching my story time. Yeah, and I hope it'll help you mentally, emotionally, and stuff. And if you want to talk, hit me up in my DMs, comment even down below, and let us talk and what you think, what you've been going through. But if you want to talk to me separately, please hit me up at Thelma_Louis. I'll leave my stuff right there down below. But yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment for more videos, and please turn on your post notifications so that you're notified every time we post. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, have a blessed week. Do your best. God loves you.